Hello everybody and welcome to another brand new episode here on Hickory Brook Farm and the Farmers Market series. I never quite know how to introduce these episodes, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so we're out in the parsnip field today and we are getting the parsnips done now. A little bit of time from when I recorded the last episode of harvesting the carrots has elapsed. We had some rain, so we stopped just so that really we weren't damaging the ground too much, because we're in no rush. We've got another couple of months that we can be harvesting these for, so we're absolutely fine on that front. But yeah, so we did stop. Then it did dry out, and then I did the red beets, and I cleared the pallets from them, and I also cleared the pallets from the carrots that we did the other day as well. So they're all done as well. As you can see, that one's been ploughed, and I've got a tractor in that field now cultivating. So he's ploughed that one just because that one did need ploughing. So what I've decided to do, because the last time I was like, no, I'm not going to plough no more because it's awful. It is awful, but I'm going to let the computer plough it because the computer seems not to get tears in it and craters in it. So I'm just going to let the computer AI worker do it. As I say, he's done quite a nice, neat job there. So I'm more than happy with that. And that one didn't need ploughing. But if it comes to the fact that I don't know why he stopped, but if it comes to the fact that in the spring maybe we do need to just plough it over. Depends what sort of winter we get. If we don't get really too harsh a winter, I won't bother. But if it snows a lot, then we will do, because it will help to just lift the compaction or if we get a lot of rain through the winter as well, either rain or snow. So not a lot of people realise, but the second farm that I worked on, we did a study of rain and the effect of rain on the ground. Now, whilst I can't, because it was quite a long time ago, so this study that we did was back in 2012. So you'll know that from a while ago, I told you that the second farm that I worked on, and the only reason why I say second and first farm is because neither farms want me to broadcast their names on my YouTube channel, which is fair enough. It's their farm and business and what have you. If that's what they want, that's what they want. And are not really in a position to sort of say, well, tough. So it's sort of first and second farm, but yeah, so back in do you know what? I don't know why that resets now. That never used to. Right, hopefully that should be okay. Back in 2011, 2012, it was hoped and planned that I would take over the running of the potato side of the business, well, the potato and the veg side of the business. And I would become the overall manager of that area, because that was the area that I just loved all of the work that was involved with that side of things. Yes, from day to day, my job was ploughing, my job was, doing stuff like that. But I really, really, really did enjoy the work on the veg. So not just the potatoes, but you look at leeks that we used to grow, cauliflowers, broccoli, carrots, onions, Brussels. Geez, I can't really remember all of the vegetables but we grew pretty much most veg that was going. Pumpkins, that was counted in the veg department. Why are we doing that? Why am I not able to turn that way? Oh, I want to turn that way. No, I want to go the other way. Why on earth will not that turn? Oh, I've never had that before. It wouldn't let me turn back the... Oh, now my tractor's rolling over. What the hell in Harry Potter's gone on here? Have I got a wheel that's coming off? Oh, I've never had that before in my entire life. Anyway, so we'll drop that down. Hopefully we will stay on our wheels, even though I'm perhaps at this stage of the proceedings not that hopeful. But yeah, so as I say, anything to do with the veg side of things I really, really love. Now, to be offered the opportunity, so I was working for about 2 years underneath, well, not underneath, but Graham was the actual manager of that side of the business, and he was in charge of the teams that did the work and made sure that the work was carried out to the standards that everyone sort of expects. And so I was working with under him for a while, for about a year and a half, 2 years, and trying to learn the business and that sort of stuff. And one of the things that when I was sort of learning about the whole job was that one year, I think it was 2000, and yeah, it's either 11 or 12, because this is when we did the study. I remember I can't remember if it was the spring, well, the year of 2011 or 12, but I've got a feeling the wet year was 2011, but we had an exceptionally dry autumn, as in it. I think the sun sort of finally came out in sort of late July and didn't disappear until sort of late November. It was very warm, very dry. But the following spring, I've got a feeling, or that spring, it was really, really wet. And the following year, um, so our potato, most of our veg crops that were either in the ground or went in after the rainfall, and some went in late, so we had to take that into consideration. But we decided to try and understand, if we could, the effects of the rainfall on the crops. And what we conclude, well, what was concluded was that 30, now let me get this right, I'll try and remember the actual, has my game bugged out, because this tractor is behaving very odd. What we concluded was that 30 mil of rain was the equivalent to, I think it was 30 mil. 30 mil of rain was the equivalent of having over 300 tons of weight pressed onto the ground. Now that year we got a heck of a lot more than 30 mil of rain over the spring and the early part of the summer, but it was, and I can't remember how they worked it out either. I might go back to the farm and get their research on that, because they were always doing stuff like that. Okay, right, what's the effect of doing this or doing, yeah, I don't know what is the matter with my tractor. I don't know if you've just heard as well either, but I've just had the windows sound. That's what's the matter with my tractor. Oh, that might not be what's the matter with my tractor. Alright, now everything has stopped working. Oh dear. Oh dear. So I've got a little bit of an issue at the moment, so I'm going to have to break off. Right, I think I'm back. I'm back. Right, so I couldn't even break off because because so I don't know why or what happened or anything like that. I have no details at this point. There'll be a thorough investigation after the recording of this episode. But for some reason, my keyboard decided that it was no longer going to work, and the reason the tractor was not turning the way that I wanted was because it was jamming on one side, and then whenever I tried to, I don't know, unearth what happened. Anyway. But yeah, so the amount of rainfall was equivalent to, you know, all this weight and pressure being put on the ground. What I'll do is, as I say, I'll try and remember over the next week or two. They're not back at work at the moment. The arable team will be off until mid to late January. So unless they're sugar beet harvesting, but I had to go to the doctors this morning. I had to ride round all their sugar beet fields, and none have been lifted, and there was no sign of any activity on the arable farms that they've got. So I'm guessing that at the moment they're not back at work, but it is incredibly cold here. It is incredibly wet. So they may just have decided that actually for, you know, for the sake of just standing in the workshop all day, every day, that they would come back in at the end, as I say, of January, February. But when they do come back, or when I do see someone that is part of the management team there, I'll get them to dig it out, and then I'll give you the numbers exact. But yeah, I remember doing that. So I've tried to kind of, in a way, simulate that on here. By when it was raining, I stopped. Because I didn't want to, obviously, you know, the water was adding compaction, and I then didn't want the added compaction on top of that of the weight of the tractor, is basically what I was getting to. Shall I just go over to some time lapse? You're all sitting there going, oh, thank Christ for that. It stops him going on, honestly. I mean, his music's rubbish, but at least we don't have to listen to him droning on. I only say that because that's the sort of messages that I get from the people that I live with. It's like, yes, James, you said, who cares? Very occasionally someone will say, have you had a good day? Not very, that's not very often, but occasionally someone will say, have you had a good day? Yeah, well, I did this today. Well, I don't know about it. I don't want to know about it. I'm just asking, did you have a good day? You had a good day? That's good. We can leave it there. Yeah, but I want to tell you all about it. Yeah, well, I'm just not interested. So yeah, anyway, I'm clearly having a mad few moments. But must be all the sugar I had for lunch. I had Christmas cake for lunch. Well, I had a sandwich first, and then it was a case of, there's Christmas cake in the cupboard. I was like, oh, okay. What, just a little bit? Yeah, probably well over half. And I was like, okay, well, I don't think I could eat. Yeah, go on, eat it all. It'll be okay. So I've gone from sort of being reasonably okay this morning to being very sort of hyperactive, and I've now got type 3 diabetes. You know? And I've probably put on about 9 stone. So yeah, and this ironically comes after this morning. As I say, I went to the GPs this morning to have my warfarin checked, and the nurse in there, she's a lovely lady. She's from Newcastle, and absolutely love the Geordie accent, and and you know, ordinarily I'm sort of a reasonable size. You know, I'm sort of try and help my height out as much as I can by not being sort of overweight and what have you. And I went in, and I sort of walked into the into the room, and she was like, "Hiya, love." She says, "Happy New Year." I was like, "Yeah, Happy New Year." And then she went, "Christ, you've put on some weight." I said, "Thanks." And she was like, "Oh," she goes, "we're gonna have to get you on a diet." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I said, "Starting today." She was like, she goes, "Oh, that's good." She goes, "People normally go, yeah, starting Monday." I said, "No, if you're going to start," I said, "we'll start today." So she's like, "Okay." So when I go next week, I can't, you know, so I'm going to have to say to her, "Well, I started my diet, but you see, well, it was after tea because, you know, I was I was given half a Christmas cake." So yeah, um, it could be. It could be a very hyperactive long afternoon for myself, but hey ho. But anyway, on a sort of more sensible note, because I don't tend to go hypo after sugar, although that is quite a lot of sugar because the icing was exceptionally thick on the cake. But yeah, so I'm gonna switch over to a little bit of time lapse, and we'll crack on with this. As you can see, when you joined in, when I started the episode, I had done the headlands already. Hello everybody, I'm back. So, as you can see, finally we've got the parsnips done. Now, the idea here was, it's not going very well, but the idea here was, put them all in a row down the sides of the road, and I can bring the truck along, because I can only get the, so if you kind of try and imagine what I kind of mean here, if I can get my mouse to work. So the trailer bed, the flatbed of the lorry would be this way, so the lorry would be facing sort of this way. I can only put them on like that. I can only get two on like that. But if I lay them out like this and then drive the lorry next to them and then use the auto stack, I can get four on. So it's sort of kind of in a way worth, I mean, I know I could just drive up to the box itself and press the auto load, and eventually, you know, after 4 boxes it would be 4 boxes still on the auto load, but because this really isn't going all that well, but I tried to be semi-realistic, but as I've said before, even in real life, on the on the real farm, I was never really asked to do much load, or I just, you know, some people can do it, some people just can't, and you know, I'm just one of those that can't, and you know, I got to be honest, I don't tend to lose too much sleep over it. You know, there was jobs, you know, that I could do, not only on the game but also in real life, that other people couldn't do, you know. So it's just, as I used to say to them, you know, swings and roundabouts, you know. But it's just a case of they don't grip off until about there, and you know, I know we can push them back like that, but that's not really cricket really. But anyway, that's the way we're gonna do it. As I say, once I get sort of this way, then I can start going that way then. Now that I've kind of got those off this side, so now what I'll do is I'll go down the right hand side as we look, and then bring all them back here, and then do the left hand side ones. But I say it's just a pity that the truck can't get them in 2 rows, so it's just a single with 4, basically just puts 4 down the middle of the flatbed, and you know, and calls that a job, you know, which is fair enough. But yeah, it's a pity it couldn't get 8 on. I know I could then, you know, sort of hand stack them, but again, you know, for the sake of, and as well, it would make the lorry more unstable, so it's not really worth it, not really, you know. But what I'll do is I'll get this all done off camera, so you don't have to suffer me doing this, not only in real time but or in time lapse either. But yeah, so I'll do this off camera, get them to the sell point, not to the sell point, get them to the canning factory, and get the factory turning them over to jars of preserved parsnips, and yeah, we'll be in again with some cash, because they are actually a good price. As I say, it is actually going very, very well at the moment in time, at this moment in time. So I'm going to do this one, and then I do just quickly want to go back to the farm, because there was another thing that I was going to do while I had you guys' attention. So we'll go back to the farm now, because as I say, there's one more thing that I want to do, like I say, while you're here with me, and that is I want to put down 2 new greenhouses. So I've managed to find, look at this way, I've managed to find another couple of greenhouses that do something different, so I think it would be good to have them down. Right, if I just get out of the tractor, it'll make life easier. Then if I click that, what's in? Oh, we got a, that'd be nice, but again, we're a little bit nowhere near far enough forward for that. That would be nice as well, because it'd be nice to get some grapevines in. I think I've showed you before where I'm going to put the grapevines and the olive groves eventually. Now I don't know whether to carry on with the greenhouses down here. I guess really that would be a a sensible thing to do, because then we can come across and then go back that way, I guess, can't we? So we'll oh, actually, I'm going to be in the way now. Alright, that should be fine. So yeah, I've got some new greenhouses that I want to get up. I apologise if I'm talking quite quiet at the moment. My sore throat has for some reason returned. Right, it's this one. So with this one we can do all of these different crops or you know, fruit types, if you like. So it's well worth a go. We do need seeds for this one though. Right, so if I then press B, that should be right. We need to, so we'll put one in there. And say what I might do is I might actually, how much are these? 20,000. Yeah, I might put down 4 of these. Just turn that ever so slightly. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll divide each one up so that each one is just growing a different couple of crops. Right, there we go. I say we'll have to put seeds in as well, and obviously water, but we have to put seeds in these ones as well. But just make sure I've got the right one before I, yeah. Alright, so with this one we'll probably do, we could do oh. Ah, there we go. So with this one we can do almonds with this one, so we'll activate that. We'll enable watering. So we'll do almonds. No idea what that is. But anyway, we'll do it. And we'll do apple. So we'll do 3. And we'll do bananas as well in this one. There we go. So we did down to bananas, and then this one will go from there down and then do it like that, so that we've got all of these things coming available. Right, so cherry, oh hang on, we'll do the watering first because it takes that to the top, but we'll do cherries in this one, coffee, fig and hops. Yeah, it's going to work out a treat. And then we'll come to this one, do exactly the same again. You can kind of get the idea now. But that will at least give us new things that we'll be able to sell in our farm shop, which is pretty cool. And then we should just have one more left. Yep. As I say, once I get the parsnips and that all sorted out down there, I'll come back up here then and I'll get some seeds, and I will get them going again. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grow another thingy of lettuce and cabbage, because we just do not have enough cabbage for the kimchi, so I'll do that. That's fine. Excellent. So yeah, we've got them in. As I say, that will go well now, so we'll be able to grow some more different things. As I say, for our farm shop we're probably going to need a different sell point as well. This sell point up here may not accept all of those things. If it doesn't, then it kind of sort of puts me in a bit of a position really, because I don't really know what we can do. I should have made, whoop, no, don't sell that. I should have maybe thought of that. I bet you was all screaming at me, weren't you? Can you sell them? Right, this might be the place where we sell all of them. Let's have a look. How much is that? 50,000. So at least we've got enough. Yeah, this is the place where we can sell all of them. What about this one? We can sell coffee beans there. Let's just, does it roll or, because I could, yeah, it does. So, or we can do carrots at this one as well. I'm specifically looking for all the other, there's almonds, peaches, or lemons, or whatever. That look like tomatoes, not apples. Yeah, looks like we'll be able to do all of them, yeah. At this one, yeah, we will. Yeah, this seems to be the best one, doesn't it? That's 220. Darn it. It's just, what's that look like? Ooh, that's a supermarket. Have we... oh no, that's a distribution centre, isn't it? That looks more like a distribution centre. Yeah, that, or is it I don't know. But for 50 grand, it's not bad, but I don't think we've quite... I think this one's going to be favourite. This one might do them as well. No. Yeah, so that one for 220. So we're a little way off that at the moment, but we're not too bad because once we get a day's selling all the products, we'll have 220, which does kind of then make that one redundant. So I could have thought that one out a little bit better, but like I say, you know, we live and learn, and I'm going to make mistakes and what have you, so that's no problem. But that's what I'll have to do because I don't think any of the in-game places will take them, will accept them. If I can find somewhere that does, then we'll use that until we can get the farmers market, as I say, and we'll plonk it down there, which I think was probably, if I'm honest, always my intention, I think, overall, but we'll plonk it down there. But we're kind of getting big enough now to have a farmers market like that because you know, we've got obviously those greenhouses that we've just put in. It's not going to be long before I'm going to start to look to put the grapes and the olives in. We're doing obviously the veg where we sell the preserved. I'd like to get some more land because I would like to do crops, because the next thing that we're going to look to be doing as well, or not perhaps the next thing, but you know, sort of coming up, we're going to want chickens, and then we're going to start to want to do the other animals. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened to my thing. It just turned off my recording, but yeah, so anyway, that's got the greenhouses in, as I say, and that's the sort of plans that we're looking for. And I will see you in the next episode. So thanks ever so much for joining me. If you haven't done already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.